I'm going to take you for a drive down one of my favorite streets in Lucas. Lucas is just north of Dallas. We're right next to Allen, and it's Snider Lane. As you can see, it's a pretty street, lots of trees. These little side streets lead to several really nice small subdivisions with about 4 to 5 homes in each. This is very far east Lucas, and this road actually runs into Lake Lavon. A nice subdivision on the left and the right, probably 7 or 8 homes in each one. So it's not the big developments you're kind of used to in the Dallas area. This bridge we're at right here divides the Lovejoy School District, which we were just driving in, from McKinney School District. They're called ISDs, or Independent School Districts, here in this area of Texas. So depending on whether you buy on the Lovejoy side or the McKinney side, it depends on where your school is going to be. And unfortunately, the Lovejoy schools are much closer in than the McKinney schools, and it can be quite a haul to get to those McKinney schools, and sometimes you have to drive by a Lovejoy school to get to them. These school district lines were drawn long before a lot of these homes were built and a lot of these subdivisions came in. They just meander through the countryside. So you might have homes on one street in a school district, and across the street or next to you it's a different school district. You can have school districts splitting a street in 2 or 3 like this one does, and there have been cases where a school district lines go right through the middle of a house. And my understanding is when that happens, the taxing entity is whichever side the master bedroom is located. So you've got to be careful if you're looking for a particular school district to live in when you're buying out here. This is where the bigger properties start on Snider Lane. And you can see that some of these are 2 to 3, 4 acre lots, but some of them are 7, 8, 9, 10 acre lots. Speed zone sign. I never thought I'd see a speed limit sign on Snider Lane, but times change. Nice homes back in there, and there's another nice one back here on the left that relatively new, a couple of years old. Pretty location, overlooks a big, we call them tanks out here, not ponds, but just lots of privacy. By the way, these are all public streets that I'm driving. There are some private roads out here that also have some gorgeous properties. I don't drive those because they are private, and I don't want to make anybody upset. I want to respect their privacy if it's a private road, but I'll be driving a lot of these public streets to give you an idea, flavor of what Lucas is all about. This is about 2 or 3 o'clock on a weekday, and there's not a lot of traffic, but once you get to around 5, 6, somewhere in there, the work traffic starts, and this has become a kind of a shortcut for people who don't want to mess with the intersection of Lucas Branch Road and Southview in Lucas, which is to the south. Has become a choke point. Princeton ISD is the fastest growing city in the country, and a lot of that traffic to go further west into Dallas, Plano, Frisco, wherever, it has to, this is a peacock warning sign, that traffic has to go through that bottleneck right there. So the Department of Transportation has done a good job in trying to relieve that with some quicker access to the different streets there, but it's still become an issue, and people will use this as a relief valve so they don't have to mess with that. But most of the day, it's just like this. Like this home here, very pretty, nice privacy gate, setback, got a real pretty big barn back there. But this is a side of Lucas that a lot of people don't even know exists, because they drive through the main roads and all they see are, laser level lots with nice homes on them, but very few trees. And once you get closer to Lake Lavon, you see this. By the way, the car we just passed, that's a sheriff's department car, and until now, the sheriff's department has always served Lucas, but as of maybe a couple of months ago, we now have our own police department. So that's kind of been exciting for us. I'm waiting to see our first Lucas, Texas police car. That'll be pretty neat. See what our motto is. Every city out here seems to have a motto on their cars. I'd call this close-in country living, but of course, that's not going to help for police purposes. Anyway, just a typical little winding country road that's slowly being developed. There are still some big tracks left in Lucas, McKinney ISD, but Lucas Lovejoy ISD is pretty well picked over. You won't see any new developments coming in there until one of these farmers or landowners decides it's time to sell. On the right here is a development called Lakeview Downs, and this is a project that took a while. I remember speaking with the original person who wanted to sell this property maybe 7 or 8 years ago. It took forever to get this property sold, and very slow to start the homes out here. And then once the homes started up, it sold out fairly quickly for a development of this size. New homes, new generation homes, as you can see. Here's a little rock road to the left here that leads to it's a private road, leads to a small little development. These private roads are usually not very well maintained because the homeowners have to take care of them, and they're not paved like the city of Lucas would do. That road there leads to the Lake Lavon boat ramp, about maybe a mile up the road, and we're going to come up here on the left to the it's called the trailhead for the Trinity Trail equestrian trail. And I say equestrian trail because it is mostly used for horses, but some people use it to hike. Winds its way all the way around Lake Lavon with the Corps of Engineer property, which can never be sold. So it really is pristine and untouched except for the little trail. And you'll see lots of different types of wildlife through here, and that tends to come into Lucas too, which is nice. We live just around the corner from this road, and we see everything: ducks, owls, geese, of course. We got a road runner that hangs around our place, and we just love it. Nights are quiet out here. Skies are dark because you have no city lights around you, and Lake Lavon is to the left. There's virtually no lights on Lake Lavon. So it's quiet, and it's a little retreat from Dallas, but it's not so far out that you feel you can't get anywhere. 12 minutes from millions of square feet of retail where Snider joins Winninghoff. that's pretty nice. And you know, that's one of the big features of this area. Now this is the last turn heading kind of southeast, and now we'll be going directly east, and this will run us right into the road I was telling you about, Lucas Branch Road. The development I was talking about earlier, Lakeview Downs, will go right by. You can see the newer homes back there to the right. So that's it. Thank you for watching.